I'd like to call this meeting of the Town of Sheffield Select Board for August 18th, 2025 to order. We are recording and we are going live with CTSB, so everyone should be made to know that beforehand. And our first line of action on the agenda is the approval of meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes of April 12th, 2025, July 21st, 2025, and August 4th, 2025.
I think it's 31st. Do we have a second?
Sorry.
I wasn't here the 12th.
All right, I will make a second for all of those. All in favor of July 31st and August 4th?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And all of those for April 12th?
Aye.
You'll abstain, I take it?
Yep.
Number 3 on the agenda is the review of executive session meetings, and we're going to table this till our next meeting because there's still a few of them that have to go under review. But we will get to that shortly, which brings us to item 4 on the agenda, and I believe Renee is going to talk to us about an update on the NDI Digital Equity Grant.
Good evening, Renee Wood, 928 Boardman Street. I just wanted to bring you up to date on this digital equity effort. We have some really good news. I'm sure a lot of people have seen Verizon trucks around town, but basically, I want to thank everyone who has supported this effort by taking surveys, and if anybody remembers the BEAD challenge, where we went online and we found our location and then we took the speed test. Well, what that BEAD challenge proved was that we had a lot more underserved homes than what the state thought. And as a result of that, and some unserved homes, the state of Massachusetts awarded a grant to Verizon to basically, as I understand it from the lineman, because we don't get much information from the state on this, they're wiring the whole town with fiber. That is to finish by December of 2026, when all of this grant effort has to be over. We don't know anything about when Verizon will start offering services, but it looks like in a year and a half, at the most, we will have fiber in all of the town at no expense to the town, and that there will be competition. The second thing that's going on is that Dewey Court was bundled with a number of affordable housing units across the state, and a number of various companies were also given state awards. So at some time, again by December of 26, a certain company will be providing internet, and I don't know whether it's going to be fiber or not, but a Dewey Court will be wired for internet and other services. So that's the first part I wanted to let you know. So all that work everybody did, we get the reward of that, okay? The second thing I wanted to let you know, and I've been working with Rhonda on this, we're finally at the stage where at the end of July, we were able to submit our implementation plan for the funding that had been earmarked for us. And we submitted for approval an implementation and cost package that left $22.71 on the table out of $56,500 and some dollars, okay? Pretty darn close. So we squeezed every bit of that out of that we could. We're now waiting to hear if MBI will approve that digital equity funding. But what we're doing in the meantime is we've been working on who are we going to use as our software vendor to supply all of these lessons in digital training, which run all the way from how do you spot an online scam to how do you choose a security product for your device, how do you use the device, whether that's an iPad, an iPhone, an Android phone, Apple OS, we use that, what's that all about, as well as a number of different things like document management, how to use Word, etc. So we have signed an agreement, a free agreement with Older Adult Technology Services, OATS, which is a technology education partner with AARP. And the deliverer of this is called Senior Planet. It's used around the country. They provide lectures, classes, and also, what was the third thing they do? One other thing that's kind of in between a lecture and a class, all right? We're going to have another survey, okay? And I'm going to ask for that to be put out about September 1. The library, the senior center, and hopefully down here. What we're really doing is following the first step to find out what people's interests are. And this is a survey that really is put out by Senior Planet. And then we'll go ahead. Also, we have a table at the Sheffield Fair on September 6th where we'll tally up these surveys and we'll get an idea of what people want. This is for everyone. It's just not limited to seniors or older adults. The other thing that we're going to be doing is we're required to take a Senior Planet training, and we'll begin that in late September for 5 weeks. I'm looking for a couple more people and need to talk a little bit more with Rhonda about this. And these will become the trainers. Most of these classes that will be delivered are delivered by a trainer that is remote. Okay, we're not in New York, so we can't have on-site trainers. The only thing that we need to do under this no-charge contract with them that will cover both the library where we will be doing training as well as the senior center is have about 5 hours of instruction a month. And I actually think we're going to blow through that. I think we'll be able, if we can get the time set up at either or both of the places, I think we'll be doing much more than that. We will start, the goal is to start about November 1st, and we will go through sometime around Halloween of next year. Let's see, what I'm also hoping to do in terms of training, and if we get the grant that we've applied for, we will have sufficient money to do this. I'm hoping that we'll have the regular classes from Senior Planet, which can have up to 15 attendees. In our grant, we also have requested equipment to support that. I'm hoping we're going to have drop-in sessions. We also, I think, want to have one-on-one where people can just come in with a particular question and something and get that sorted out. I'm really hoping that we can have a post-holiday session. You got a new device, know what you do with it. What do you need to know now to use it without having to go through a course? And also with the Senior Planet comes a technical hotline in its own. So there's going to be a set of experts that somebody can call, in the evening or in the morning, and they will be able to get help with their questions. So now I'm really excited about this grant. I haven't been for the last 3 years, but now I'm really excited about this grant. So I wanted to give you this update, and I wanted to see if you had any questions.
Well, thank you, first of all, for the update. I'm sure that you'll find a way to spend that $22.71 as well. And I was downstairs the other day, and the rumor around Verizon being here is already out in the public because a number of people had stopped downstairs and are asking. So I think the sooner we let people know what we know is happening, they'll be excited, because it was people who were having problems with wired or with service over where they live.
They may, but if I was Verizon, the moment I had an area ready for service, not this little much, but I had this little much, I'd start offering them services. There's no reason in my mind if I was Verizon, but I don't know the contract with the state. I don't know those inner details. I also should mention that we have another partner who is going to be providing education, and this is going to be in Spanish, and that is June Hall. We have them in our grant to do some funding, but they will be teaching some basic OS classes in Spanish, which we will not be doing at either the senior center or the library. So I think it's rounded out quite nicely. Any other questions?
No, I'd just like to thank you for all the hard work you're doing.
Very fine.
Very thorough as always.
We're finally at the reward period, I hope. We just gotta get that grant and we should hear within the next couple of weeks.
You may not want to step too far away because you're probably going to chat a little bit in this next one as well, I think. In that our next item on the agenda is discussion regarding the request for electronic record grant expansion. Rhonda, do you want to start with this?
Sure. So we have a grant for scanning and digitizing all of our records. We've done that. We've shipped several pallets and truckloads out and have them returned, so we have them electronically. There's a few more to do possibly in the assessor's office, but we'll work with TMA to figure that out. In the meantime, the board has talked with a company to provide shelving in the storage area, movable shelving, so that it would be easy to store the paper records. We've asked the people at the IT grant in the state if we can use those funds to construct this room, but we don't have a positive answer yet. So we're working with them to ask the questions and see if they'll allow that.
And one of the things that came out of this was that it was considered best practice to maintain these materials in conjunction with the electronic records that
Some
we've
of
created.
them we have to keep.
Right.
Exactly. Do you have anything you want to add?
So I think we'll hopefully know more about that in the weeks ahead. But the idea of having a secure and safe storeroom would certainly be a nice step forward for us. Does anyone have any thoughts or questions to share on that topic? Now, item number 6, we have 2 appointments to the Cultural Council. Melissa Larkin and Patricia Owen have put forth their names, and these are for 2 3-year terms. We announced these at our meeting on the 4th, and I would love a motion to appoint these 2 people. We still have additional vacancies on the Cultural Council.
I'll make a motion to appoint Melissa Larkin and Patricia Owen to the Cultural Council for, what was it, 2 years?
3 years.
3 years, sorry.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Next, we have another appointment. Cheryl Blackburn has expressed interest in being on the Conservation Commission, and this is an appointment announcement. So we would like to consider her and put her on the agenda for our next public meeting. I believe that's all that we need to say at that point. I think it's for, is it a 3-year term?
Yes.
Next, we have action regarding a resignation by Mark Becchetti from the Board of Health. Mark has submitted his letter of resignation as of the 13th of August, and I would like a motion to accept this and send Mark a note thanking him for his service on the committee.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 9 is a curb cut on Clayton Road. I don't know if everyone's had a chance to review this. The police chief has given us his approval, as the highway superintendent. This is at 39 Old Turnpike Road.
No, that's
No,
his
that's his
address.
address, I'm sorry. Where's the address on Clayton? It just says,
They don't have
Is there not
a
an
house
agreement?
number at this point.
so we just make a motion for a generic curb cut on Clayton. Do we need
Well,
anything
your
further in the
highway
minutes?
superintendent, your police chief has been down there, so they certainly know the location. So unless you have a problem with a curb cut on Clayton
Yeah.
Road.
So we just say number to be determined or something like
I'll make a motion to approve the curb cut on Clayton Road, number to be determined.
Second.
that. All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 10 is some good news. As everyone knows, Limekiln Road Bridge is in need of replacement, and we've been working with the state Rhonda has been talking with people about trying to gather funding to make the repairs. I don't, do you want to go through that all? Yeah.
So we've received small bridge grants that have paid for the engineering, almost $1 million. And we just were awarded another one, so that makes the $1 million. There's a little bit of funding left in one of them that we can put towards the project. That small bridge, the cost of construction is $2.6 million. So in working with the state and taking off what is left in the small bridge program, they've asked if the town would contribute funds towards this project. So you met last week and decided that you would ask the voters if they would contribute $200,000 towards the project. So that would leave us with a gap of about 1.9 million, and that's what the state is looking into, and whether they can use some of their emergency funds towards this project, and they'll get back to me soon, I hope. So I'll check in with her later this week if not. So I assume you will ask voters at the next special town meeting if they're agreeable to.
It's pretty exciting to have had two bridges that have been out that we have the potential to have behind us, I think. Do you want to share any thoughts?
No, it would be great. 200,000 would be a small price to pay to have that bridge put back in service.
We don't need an action or anything tonight.
You can have-
Item number 11 is discussion regarding a grant application for an upgraded camera system at the police department. Currently, our camera system is sort of beyond its prime, to say the least, in terms of working in a cohesive manner, and there are funds to be applied for.
So our insurance company has a grant for up to $10,000. Chief Munson was able to get a quote from Lee Audio for $9,917 to upgrade the interior and exterior cameras around the police station. This would help them integrate with our cruiser and body cameras. And the last time it was unveiled was 1998.
And this was something that was on their list of things that they wanted to do to begin with in a capital plan anyway, right? So it's a nice opportunity to make something happen. I think it's exciting to move forward. We seem to have a lot of good news today. Let's hope this month continues this way. And again, we don't have anything other than that announcement. We don't have any action that we need to take other than moving forward on the proposal, right? Which brings us to item number 12, which are board member items. I don't know if anyone has anything to share.
I have nothing tonight.
Nor do I. Town administrator items?
Just two things. So if you haven't gotten your transfer station sticker yet, you're late. So when you do come in, expect those prices to increase a little bit because it's after the deadline of August 15th. The transfer station will give you one-time warning that if you don't have yours, you'll have to have it next time or you will be turned away. I just want everyone to be aware of that so nobody comes in here upset and saying that they didn't understand what was happening. The other thing is the select board can change your schedule a little bit for September. Instead of meeting on the first and third Monday, they're going to meet on the second and fourth Monday, just for the month of September. And we will put that on the calendar early so that people are aware to watch for that.
Monday, September 1st is Labor Day, is one of the reasons for that. Thank you. Are there any public comments? My. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much.